Hi, Linda Bounty here from StampingWithLinda.com, your cardiologist since 1997, helping you create cards from the heart. Today is another sneak peek into the mini catalog that will be released on January 4th, along with our biggest sale of the year. Can't wait to open these catalogs up and show you all the cool things in them. Again, if you are a customer of mine and have purchased in the last 6 months, you should be receiving these in the mail. If not, if you have not purchased from me in the last 6 months or don't have a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, make sure you reach out to me and I'll gladly send these catalogs to you, because the mini catalog is pretty amazing. So we're going to do another sneak peek video today with another fancy fold, and I am using again that Be Mine Designer Series paper, but instead of using a side with the bees, I'm using with the flowers. Now I am going to be using the Granny Apple Green cardstock. We are going to bring in my trimmer, and I am going to cut 2 pieces from my 8.5 by 11 that measure 3 3/4 by 8.5. So I'm going to do 2 of those. So next what we're going to do is we're going to take 1 piece and we're going to score it at the 1-inch mark. We're going to set those 2 pieces aside. Then I'm going to bring in my Designer Series paper, and we are going to cut from one side. This measures 3 5/8, the width, and we are going to cut 2 pieces that are 7/8. So 7/8 and 7/8. Then I'm going to flip it around because I want the pattern to continue to go in the same direction. So we're going to flip it this way, and we are going to cut a piece that is 7 3/8. So I'm going to need to pull my arm out here and move over to 7 3/8. So I've got my 3 pieces of Designer Series paper. Now we're ready to put this slimline card together. So we are first going to put adhesive on the one side that we scored. This is kind of going to make like a book binding slimline card. I'm going to bring that in. Add that piece. Oops, looks like I've got it a little crooked here. Let's see if I can pull it apart. Should be using my Tomboy glue because that allows me to move it around better, but all good. Now we're going to add that Designer Series paper, and that is going to go right along there. The first piece is going to go in there, right along the side. Now I notice I did not cut a piece of white for the inside, so let me see. Yes, I have a piece right here we can use. So we're going to bring in that trimmer, and we're going to cut a piece of white that is 3 5/8 by the 7 3/8. That way we have white to write our greeting on the inside. I like the white better than the green for the inside. We're going to add that. And then we will take the second little piece of Designer Series paper, and we're going to add that to the side. I think we're going to go right over to the edge of that basic white. So now we have the inside of the card. Next, I want to show you some fun things that are in the mini catalog. The first thing is the Thoughtful Moments Hybrid Embossing Folder and Dies. This thing is just so cool and a must for every stamp room. So it is a folder and it has the dies that cut out the words. They emboss and cut at the same time. Now we can take our new brayer and brayer the folder first, but I am finding that I like to do them in just one color, and then I can have a stash off to the side, so when I need a verse I can just grab whatever color I want and go from there. So I can either color with a brayer, I can color with the side of my marker, or I can use a blending brush. And I think I'm going to go ahead and use my blending brush. I'm going to bring in my Lost Lagoon, because the Lost Lagoon is in that paper, and I've got my blending brush. I think I am going to use the Hello. I'm going to bring in a scrap piece of paper, of grit paper, and my blending brush, and I'm just going to go in and grab some ink, and then I'm just going to lightly go over the top. Now, like I said, you can use whatever color cardstock you want. You can actually then just use the cardstock color and not add ink, or you can add ink with your brayer, your markers. There's just so many different ways that you can add color. So we've got that. I'm gonna reach over here. I've got some that I have cut out just in the green, and I'm gonna hold it up to the camera. You see, it embosses and cuts at the same time. So we've got that, but next, when we have that blending brush out, I am going to bring in my paper butterfly accents. I am in total love of these. I've just got them in a little plastic bag. They come 40 butterflies to a packet. Another one of those must. I'm sure these are going to sell out super fast. So if you like them, I would get them relatively quickly. I'm going to take 2 of them. Hard to see them on my grit paper, but then I'm going to go in and blend that blue. Now the thing is, if you blend these either with your brayer or your sponge like I am, I should have, I will do it for the next one. I'm going to go ahead and add my color. I have also taken and used markers and colored the butterflies individually with different colors, but for this one I'm just using the one. I'm going to go up here on my plain grit paper. So if I had a piece of cardstock underneath, I can actually use these butterflies twice. I can use them like I'm coloring them, and then also if I hold them still, I can use them as a masking on a background piece of paper. So lots of different ways you can use these butterflies. So when you'll see, when I lift up my paper, I have that butterfly. Love that look. So let's go ahead now and assemble my card. I'm going to bring in my card, my embossed piece. Going to add some, let me see if I can find my scissors here, as I want a thin piece of dimensional to go on the H. We'll cut a couple little side pieces here. Put that on my H. And I put that on the front of my card. Like so. Now I'm going to go in and add those butterflies. I could cut a small dimensional for them, but I think what I'm going to do is use my glue dot. Could also use your multi-purpose glue for this, but we're going to add those butterflies to the front of my card. Again, when you place your first order, make sure you get these butterflies. These are just perfect little accents. Really need just your designer series paper, a greeting, and you're all set. But this fun creative fold, fancy fold, shows off the designer series paper too. Again, from the January through April mini catalog, and there you have it, a fun slimline fancy fold. Hope you've enjoyed today's video. We'll talk to you real soon. Bye-bye.